Hi guys, welcome back to another video tutorials. In this tutorial we'll be going over part 2 of changing the subject of an equation. So if you haven't watched part 1, I'll put the link on the top right hand corner of your screen to go and watch that. I would recommend watching that definitely because you need to understand that first before doing this. Okay, so if you haven't watched it, do watch it first. Try the questions as well at the end of the video because they will help you to see if you got it or not, and then come and see this video. Okay, so in this one it's not hard, but it's just a bit more working out, that's all. Okay, and we'll be going over through this, and again, if there's anything that you don't understand, put it down in the comments and I will get back to you, or should I say reply back to you. Right, so let's get straight to the question. Make x the subject of the equation. Now, as you can see, these are these are different from the previous video tutorial, and that it's all in fractions. So what we're going to do whenever you see something in this form, okay, so we're going to look at this one first. The best thing to do first is we're going to do something called cross multiplying, and what I mean by cross multiplying is I'm going to times this t by x, right? So this t times x is just going to be tx or xt, so I'm going to have xt equals, then I'm going to times this a by c, so a times c is ac. And remember, we want x as subject, right? So I don't want this t on this side. I want to bring it to the right hand side, which means I have to divide because I'm timesing it. So I do the opposite. So AC over t. And that's it. That's all it is. That's how you find x. I guess it doesn't look as difficult as it is, right? So if you understand what you do, right? If you understand what you're doing. So that's all you do for making x a subject in this one. Okay, cross multiply and then move the t to the other side, so you're dividing and you make x a subject. Now if we're going to look at this one, again we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to do x times a, which is going to be xa, and then we're going to do b times this whole thing. So we can say b times t plus c. Now you can expand this if you want, but you don't have to. And the final thing that we have to do here is, because we want to make x a subject, we're going to have b bracket t plus c over a. Okay, that's pretty much what you do. Now I'm thinking now, because this looks a bit too easy, right? Let's do another question where this time this would definitely be a bit more working out. So let's do, let's say we want to make x a subject. So let's have b bracket x plus t is equals to, let's say, c bracket x plus t. Okay, so this is a bit more kind of working out here as well. So you're learning kind of two methods in one tutorial. So because we want to make x a subject here, you can see now the difference is we have x on both sides, right? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to first expand the brackets. So I'm going to do b times x, which is bx, and then b times t, which is bt. And that is equals to, if I do c times x, cx, and then c times t, ct. But remember, we want x a subject, so I want all my x terms on the left hand side. So I can see bx is here, so that's fine. But I'm going to move the cx to the left hand side, which now becomes minus cx. Be careful, this is a positive cx, and if you move it to the other side, it becomes negative. Keep the ct here, so ct stays here, and now move this bt to the other side because I don't need it. So that becomes now minus bt. Now because I want x by itself, what do you guys think we can do here to get x by itself? Can you not factorize? Can you not take x out? If I take x out, I'm left with b minus c close bracket. And if you're not sure what I've done here, think about it. X times b, bx, or xb, doesn't matter. And x times minus c, minus cx. So you're taking x out, and then this stays as ct minus bt. And now the final step, because we want x as subject, you need to bring this b minus c to the other side. So ct minus bt. Now because you're moving it to the other side, you're dividing it by b minus c. And that is your answer. I think this one was a bit more bulky compared to, I guess, the first two examples. But these are also very helpful. You need to know these as well. So hopefully you've understood here what I've done. So again, when you have something like this now, when you have x on both sides and you want to make x a subject, remember in this case, expand everything and then move any x letters that you have to the left hand side and then take x out and then just do the final step of dividing. Okay, so if there's any doubts here, just put it down in the comments and I will reply back to you guys. So again, know as well how to do example 1 and 2, because whenever it's just good for you guys to see, okay, if you have something like this, cross multiply straight away. These are just different ways of what they can give in the exam, and you need to know, okay, if it's like this, I need to cross multiply, etc., etc. Okay, so now try these questions out again. Pause the video, try these questions out, and then see if you can get it, and then play the video back, and then see if you got it right. Right, so here are some questions for you guys to try and do. Try these out first, and then play the video back, and then see if you got it right. And if you haven't got it right, see where you went wrong. Okay, right. Let's get straight for the let's do the first one. So in these questions, we have 3 questions, and we want to make y the subject of each of these equations. So the first one, what we can do straight away is cross multiply. So we have ya is equals to, if we cross multiply c and b, cb or bc. Because we want to make y the subject, keep cb here and then bring a to the other side, which is over a. Okay, quite simple there. That's the answer for the first one. Now for the second one, we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to cross multiply. So y times b, yb equals now t times a plus c, which now becomes t bracket a plus c. Because again, you want y the subject, bring b to the other side. So you're going to end up dividing. So you're going to divide it by b. Okay, and that's the answer for this one. Or you can expand the top one as well, ta plus tc, doesn't matter. Now for this one, because we want y and we can see y on both sides of the equation, let's expand first. So that's going to be yt and then y times a, ya is equals to now 2c times t, just 2ct, plus 2c times y, 2cy. Remember, because we want to make y the subject, we want all the y terms on the left hand side. So yt stays here. This 2cy now comes to the left hand side, which becomes minus 2cy. Okay, remember, because it's a plus, you move it to the other side, the sign changes. Keep the 2ct here. Bring the ya to the other side, becomes minus ya. Now, what do we do here to make y by itself, to take y? So we can factorize y. So take y out. So you're left with now t minus 2c. Close bracket, this stays the same, 2ct minus ya. And because you want y the subject, move this t minus 2c to the other side, so you're ending up dividing it. So 2ct minus ya over t minus 2c. And that's your answer. So if you've got these questions right, well done. If you haven't, just double check again where you went wrong. You might have done a silly mistake, and if if you're still a bit unsure, just put it down in the comments and I can help and look where you went wrong. Okay, and that's pretty much it for this video tutorial. So again, if this video tutorial has helped you, please give this video a big thumbs up. I would really appreciate it, and until then, I shall see you on the next one.